What's up, everybody? Adam here, aka Uncle Perv. There's been a lot of goings on in the PE sphere. I just wanted to give you guys an update about massive novelties in 2024. A lot of cool stuff has been happening in the PE world here in the past couple of weeks, past couple of months. I've enjoyed seeing a lot of the innovation and everything. And a question that I'm getting here a lot recently is what massive novelties has got up their sleeve, what we're gonna do to compete, and what we're looking for in 2024. So I just wanted to make a really quick video kind of covering some of the stuff that we've been a little covert about. Firstly, the Apex 2.0. So Apex 2.0 is going to have an integrated tension measuring system. It's got our new anti-binding system on it. So no more straw mods, no more, anything like that preventing the binding. We've pretty much eliminated, well, not pretty much, we've completely eliminated that system by integrating a anti-binding system that actually floats all of the mechanisms completely away from the actual frame of the Apex. So there's not really a possible way that you could bind it, even if you wanted to. One of the big things about the Apex 2.0 is it's going to go up to 45 pounds. I know some of you think that that's absolutely crazy, and I agree with you. As a relatively low tension guy myself, I think most of my gains have been made between about 10 or 12 pounds at the absolute maximum. I don't really recommend that anybody go that high, but if something's worth doing, it's worth overdoing, right? I've got a lot of compression hanger guys that are coming from, Ben from Male Hanger. A lot of compression guys are finding that the Apex is, solving a lot of their problems. And I know those guys like to hang pretty aggressively. So we wanted to have some custom springs made that could handle the kind of repetition, the kind of stress that we're looking to, have on a product that hopefully you will have to literally put in your will to your grandchildren. So 45 pounds is looking like what's going to be the upper limit with our custom springs on the Apex 2.0. One of the things that we decided to do with the Apex 2.0 is there's a lot of features that we have developed over the past couple of months. We've got fulcrum bars coming in, we've got the bundled knob coming in, we've got new base pads coming in. One of the big things that we wanted to do is we wanted to sort of treat it like a car, where there's a base model, which is your Apex 2.0, and that's just for guys that want to get into extending. And then we're going to sell the fulcrum bars in addition to that. We're going to sell the bundled knob in addition to that, and then we're going to sell new base pads, new silicone base pads. The reason that we chose to do this is because the Apex 2.0, I think it's perfect as is. You can already do bundled extending. I was doing bundled extending on the Frankenstender, when I invented it more than a year ago. All it is just you just manually have to turn the cup rather than doing an actual knob. And one of the reasons I don't like the bundling knob that I've seen on a lot of devices is because it actually takes up a bunch of the clearance. So we decided to offer it as an optional feature, as an add-on, rather than as a, something that you have to have. The other reason that we're not going to include fulcrum bars, the base pad, the bundled knob on the Apex 2.0 out the gate is because, honestly, we wanted to be able to keep the product affordable for most people. We wanted most people to be able to buy a product that's under $200 and, get into extending with a really high quality product without some of the bells and whistles that they may not feel like they need. So we chose to do that rather than adding on another, $50 to $100 just for all the knickknacks that you may or may not need. For example, for myself, I literally still use, this is actually mine. Go off camera here for a second. This is actually mine. This is the OG Apex. And as you see, I actually still have the old base style. I've got the original straw mod from where I went to Wendy's and, grabbed some straws and put them on there myself. And so this is actually what I use on a day-to-day basis. So I still use the OG, like the 1.0, or like maybe it's the 0.9 at this point or something like that. I guess the current version we call like the 1.5, sort of jokingly. But I find this to be completely, you know, sufficient for my needs. I don't have any real issues with it. You know, it's like I own the company, so I have access to all the prototypes, all the Fulcrum bars, the bundled knobs, all that good stuff. And, you know, I still use my original one without a base pad. I honestly think that the Apex base for me, now I got a fat pad, so I might not need as much padding as some of you skinny boys out there. But we chose to keep all of those things optional. So you can buy them if you want them, but you know, you don't need them. And you know, we wanted to keep the price point as low as possible so that everybody could get into extending as soon as possible. The next thing, and I know you guys have all been dying to know about this, is the Apex Pro. So the Apex Pro is going to be built on top of the 2.0 platform. So all of the improvements that we've made to the 2.0 are going to come standard on the actual Apex Pro. So the Apex Pro is going to be the world's first, it's going to be the world's first extender with a digital readout. It has an LCD screen, a backlit LCD screen, and it's going to tell you exactly to two decimal points what you're hanging in pounds and kilograms. We are going to have that option. So it is going to be the same thing, 45 pounds, optional Fulcrum bars and the new base pads. Everything that, you know, as an accessory for the Apex 2.0 is going to be an optional accessory for the Apex Pro. And kind of the goal with the Apex series is that we always want them to be backwards compatible. So we don't have any plans to actually change the dimensions of the Apex, so much so that, you know, when we come out with like the Apex version 5, you know, 6 years from now or something like that, if we have some kind of knick-knack or something like that, and you still have the version 1, you know, we want you to be able to grab that and put it on there immediately. But we do have a system in place, an Apex upgrade system, that I want you to listen to the very end of the video so that I can talk to you about that, because we're going to, you know, we figured out a way to basically keep you guys kitted out in the most up-to-date, the freshest Massive Novelties gear possible. The next thing that I'm excited about, and I've been working on this for about, 14 months, something like that. I mean, really, like, this is one of the earliest. I think I actually invented this before I invented the Frankenstender. So, yeah, it was somewhere around September of 2022 that I invented what now is called the Apex ADS. So the Apex ADS is going to be the world's most robust, most comfortable, and it's the most comfortable ADS because it has 400% the surface area of any ADS that we've tried. And I've looked at and I've researched a bunch of them. I've literally bought every popular ADS on the market to do research on it. And really, I think the Apex ADS is going to be the ultimate solution for anybody that wants to explore ADS as an option, as a part of their PE practice. So the thing is, the Apex ADS is going to be capable of as little as 1 pound and as much as 15 to 20 pounds. So this actually makes it a viable option for people that want to use an ADS for the majority, like the bulk of their work. Even if you want to do like high tension extending, you can actually do high tension ADS with this. So you could potentially, you know, crank it up to, you know, 8 pounds, 10 pounds and wear it for 60 minutes. And, you know, you're good to go. Just wear it on a low tension for the rest of the day if you want to, you know, keep the tissue stretched, if that's your way of doing things. We are going to offer an optional readout. It's going to be a little bullet that basically inserts in between the cup and the attachment point. And it's going to read out from 1 pound all the way up to 6 pounds so that you guys know exactly where you are, because ADS is usually all about low tension and, you know, long wear. So we want to make sure that you guys know exactly how much poundage you've got going on down there. It is going to be a belt style ADS, so that means it is going to go around your hips. There is going to be a circle, and your penis is going to go through the circle, and the circle will, you know, go around one hip, and then on the other side, it'll clip into your cup, which will then, you know, you'll apply traction that way. There's a video of me, I haven't released it yet. There's a video of me actually doing squats, box jumps, and jump rope with this ADS on, and I'm wearing tight jeans. And, you know, it just goes to show, like, I'm literally doing box jumps on a, you know, 36-inch box. I know I'm big, but I got ups. So there's a video of me showing squatting to full depth and jumping on a box and just being a crazy idiot with this thing on, because I really wanted to show you guys how versatile it is and how unobtrusive it is. That was one of my main problems with a lot of ADSs, is they feel like they get in the way. And I designed this in such a way that this just doesn't get in the way at all. It sits perfectly in the hip creases. The other thing about the way that I designed it, because it sits perfectly in the hip creases, it is virtually invisible. So I'll tell you guys a funny story, and this is a true story. I actually wore the prototype Apex ADS to a funeral. I know it's probably really in bad taste at some point, but I needed to test it in a public situation. My girlfriend couldn't tell that I was wearing it, even after I told her that I was wearing it. And I waited like half the day, and I was just like, do you notice anything about me? And she said, no, you know, nothing out of the regular. And so I told her that I was wearing the Apex ADS prototype, and she literally couldn't even tell. And I was wearing black, you know, form-fitting jeans. And so I think that's a real testament to how discreet it is, because ADS, if you're going to be wearing something, you know, for 10 hours a day, not that I suggest that, but if you're going to be you know, long wear, then you need it to be discreet. You don't want everybody seeing your dick, you know, wrapped halfway around your body. So the next thing that we're going to roll out, and this is going to happen pretty soon, actually, within maybe the next week or two, is we're going to start selling the auto pump. The auto pump is, I think it goes up to 55 kPa. So it measures everything in kilopascals, which is, I think, is a little bit better, because kilopascals, they're smaller increments than measuring in inches of mercury or millimeters of mercury. However we do it, I can't remember which one it is. But it goes up to 55 kilopascals, which is almost, I think it's right around 20 Hg. So it can go really, really ridiculously high. And again, I don't recommend that you do that, but the capacity is there should the spirit lead you to do so. That being said, it does have programmable interval pumping. You can interval pump in intervals of 1 minute, 2 minutes, all the way up to 10 minutes. And what it'll do is it'll pump up, it'll hold you there, and then it'll actually release all the way down to 0, and then pump back up and hold for whatever period of time that you determine. So that's a pretty, you know, I've been using it for a while now. It's the only pump that I use. I have literally no idea where my manual pump is. Like it's almost like a useless piece of trash to me now that I have this auto pump. So I'm really excited about being able to offer that. I really think that that's going to be a huge thing. It's just so set it and forget it. And you guys know that my mentality about it is that, like, consistency is key, and consistency is the biggest thing in terms of like gains. And the biggest enemy of consistency is difficulty. The more difficult you make something, the more inconsistent you're going to be with it. And that's just guaranteed. So pumping has become, you know, I mean, it's literally just become one of the easiest things for me. And, you know, combining that with the ease of use of the Apex, I don't think that my PE has ever been more consistent. And I'm coming off of a decon, and thus far the results that I've gotten are just super, super promising. So, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is, and probably one of the coolest things, like the things that I'm most excited about, is the Apex Buyback program. Now you're like, oh, Perv, you're coming out with the Apex 2.0 and the Apex Pro and the Apex, you know, Ultimate and all this other bull. There's not an Apex Ultimate. There's not. Stop. So you're saying all of this stuff, and that sounds expensive. Well, first off, it's not actually expensive. We're maintaining the sort of relative price points that we've got, and the competition that I've seen release their versions of Apexes and such, and even to the extent that, you know, they're trying to integrate some of the features that we innovated, you know, more than a year ago. They're costing $100, $200, $300 more than we are actually planning on charging for the Apex Pro. And I just think that that's ridiculous. I mean, the Apex 2.0 and the Apex Pro are, made in America. They support local businesses. They're made of all metal. We have a lifetime warranty, which means that if you ever break your Apex or, mess it up in some way, I don't even care how you mess it up. We'll repair it or we'll replace it for free. That being said, the Apex Buyback program is something that I am super excited about. So if you were one of the early adopters and you bought an Apex 1.0, we appreciate you. I really do, because you're the foundation of this company. The Apex is exactly how we got started, and it's how we've come to the point that we are. And I'm sure that it's going to be the thing that carries us into the future. So we wanted to respect our customers and maintain our dedication to making PE affordable and available to the masses by offering an Apex buyback program. So if you bought the Apex 1.0, or if you buy the Apex 2.0, 3.0, 5.0, whatever, basically our goal with the Apex buyback program is that whatever iteration of Apex we are on, whether it's the Apex 3.0, Apex 5.0, or the Apex Pro, if you bought an Apex previously, we are going to give you, at this point, we're looking at $100. We're going to give you $100 off of your next Apex purchase for your trade-in. So you send in your Apex, and we give you $100 off of the purchase of an Apex or an Apex Pro. And that's how we're gonna make sure that everybody, PE stays affordable, and that we keep everybody kitted out with the newest, the latest, and the greatest gear from Massive Novelties. So the other thing that I've been asked a lot, and I just wanted to sort of touch on this just a little bit, is a lot of people are like, there are cheaper products out there. There really are. So why should I buy the Apex? Well, the first thing is it's all metal. You're never going to break it. If you do break it, we have a lifetime warranty, which means that, like I said, we'll replace it or we'll repair it, whichever one, fits your particular situation. The second thing is that I do like to support local businesses, and everybody that I work with to build the Apex is located here in America. The Apex, all of the steel, all of the components, the screws, the washers, everything is made here in the USA, supporting local businesses. The steel is actually rolled in the same state that I live in, and the foundries that cast the base are literally one state over. And so I know these people personally, and we're all small business owners, and we're all trying to grow and support each other. And I really just think that it's important to, shop locally and support your local economy. I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but I've seen a lot of copycats here recently trying to release their own Apex clones. And the thing about it is they're outsourcing it to Chinese manufacturing plants. They're making it in cheap plastics, and they're charging the same and more than you would get, than we charge for an Apex. Quite frankly, I don't agree with this. I think that this is wrong. I think it's morally and fundamentally wrong. I have an ethical problem with it, outsourcing things to Chinese sweatshops and then selling them for a premium. I have nothing against, composite materials, 3D printing, anything like that. In fact, there are some guys in the PE community that are 3D printing some just really cool stuff, honestly, and I love it. I love to see the innovation. And again, I have nothing wrong with that. The one guy that I'm, thinking about in particular is actually fairly priced, his products, and I think that, I wish him luck, and I hope that he does really well. That being said, the Apex line will probably always be, we do have plans, eventually to make a carbon fiber version of the Apex. But for the most part, they're always going to be made out of metal, but they will always completely be made in the USA, actually supporting local businesses. So that's all. I just wanted to hop on here real quick. I know it's bordering on a 20-minute video, so I failed with the whole real quick part, but I know I haven't been very active lately, so I just wanted to give you guys, a shout out and say that I really appreciate your business. I've been busy doing all of this stuff behind the scenes, and we've still got a couple of secret projects. One project, and the only people that I have spoken or breathed a word to this about are Doc Hank and BD. One product that we've got in the works, I think, is literally going to revolutionize PE forever. If the Frankenstender and the Apex revolutionized, PE even in a small way by making high tension extending a thing, this next project that we have going on is going to, well, let's say it's just going to damn near fully automate PE for you and reduce it to something that you don't have to think about at all. Imagine the most plug and play situation that you can with PE. And so I can't really say too much more about it. We're still in the stages of legally protecting it, and that's been a big issue for us lately. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and Massive Novelties is often imitated, but fortunately for us, never really replicated. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you watching the video. Please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube bullcrap, because it really helps me. It really does. And I will see you guys later.